Hey, good evening, Ananda. Can you hear me? Yeah, thanks for your confirmation. So, still some students are not joined. Only 70 students joined till now. Please wait, guys. So we are moving very fast, I think. Okay. So almost we entered into the fourth unit, chapter 2. So we completed this part actually. Now we are entered into the concept like object-oriented programming. Okay. So still 85 students are there. Okay, we'll start. No problem. So concept of a class, object, instances. Okay. So here attributes, and here again it is there design with classes, objects and classes. Okay. So and real time use of a class. Okay. So these are the various important topics here we have. So whatever I underlined today, here I will cover all those topics today because those are only very easy concepts. Okay. So what is a class? What is an object? What is these are only like a theory concept. That's all. So so first I would like to tell almost 10 minutes. I will teach only theory concepts. Okay, don't worry. So we will cover almost 5 to 6 topics today. And basically, so far we covered about only core Python. So that means core Python means what we discussed until now. Those are nothing but core Python. So now I am moving to the advanced Python. Okay. So that means advanced Python means it should be related to like C++ because you know already how C++ can be used. For example, if you want to call a method, we need to create what? Can you please tell me in the chat box, guys? If you want to call a method in C++, what do you want to do? You need to create what? That is my question. I think you already studied in CPP. Why are not mentioning? I think you hope you know. Guys, are you listening my words? My question is, once again I'm asking, okay? If you want to call any method, you need to create what? Very good, Prasanna. Yeah, fine art to Bhavani, that is correct. No, Ambika. Oh, second CSC students, why are so dull? I did not expect this because you already know the CPP. Still, you are not saying, one student is not saying the answer. Even Venkatrao, that is also wrong answer. So, who are the remaining students are there? So, including diploma student, Ushasri also responding the answer. That is the object is the answer. Object. Okay. Oh, I think you are. I thought that you are very familiar today. The concepts are okay. Then I will tell you more in detail manner. No worry, no worry. But almost you are also learning CPP because in this semester you have CPP subject. Okay. Whenever you want to call a method, you need to create an object. Okay. So that is the concept I have to discuss now. That is nothing but a object-oriented Python or advanced Python. Okay. Don't think advanced Python is very tough like that. Okay, these are only advanced topics because of you are entering to the real programming part. Okay, because whenever you are this here, you can see here live projects. Why it is the term like live projects? That means if so far we discussed about what is a perfect number, what is a Armstrong number, what is a reverse number. Those are the only logics we have. Okay, but in live projects means they will give a real-time entity, real-time objects and real-time class you want to create. So in that way you have to answer the particular program. That means that is the way. Here is the case study, that means like an ATM. So these are only entirely like a object oriented concepts, is nothing but real entities like that. Okay, so I think nobody having the knowledge on object oriented programming concept. So second CST students, once again I would like to tell you, even your subject CPP is also called as object oriented programming subject actually. Even Java is also called as object oriented programming, because OOP, the term it is a OOP. Okay, so object oriented programming is nothing but whenever you are creating, for example, if you want to create a method like if I'm creating a like def, I'm giving add of like that. Okay, I'm just giving return. Okay, so a plus for example I'm giving return um, a plus b like that. Okay, so I'm giving return of a plus b. Here I would like to give values like a comma b like that. Okay, and I would like to give here, so add of print add of 2 comma 3. Okay, so once I will run this program, guys, you know that the answer is 5, you know already. Okay, because we already covered about this. Okay, sum is equal to, you can add this line actually, so sum is equal. So far we discussed about these type of programs. Okay, now whenever you want to call a method, whenever you want to call a method, so you need to create like print some add of 2 comma 3 like that. The 2 will be moved to the a 3 will be moved to b. In that way it will be printed. Okay, return of a plus b means 2 plus 3 will be some, that is 5. That 5 will be printed here. So this is the way we are getting the output. So this is the only in the core Python we can do like this. If you are taking advanced Python, add method cannot be called directly without creating an object. Okay, this can be called by using only by creating an object only. Okay, so I will tell you the difference. Don't worry. Okay, so don't worry if you know, because whenever I am entering into the object oriented program concept, everything is create. You should be looking like an object only. Okay, even I would like to mention one more thing. Like for example, if I am giving int num, no. For example, if I am giving num equal to 20, print of type. So what is the type of num? Can you please tell me in the chat box, guys? What is the type of num? Okay, fine. Now you are responding. Very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So now I'm running the program. So here it is showing that class. What is class? What is class? That means here we are giving int. That is okay. What is class? So that means it is like a one of the class we have. So that is meant by what is meant by class. Now I will discuss today. So why it is getting like class. Okay. And I would like to open some keywords. 1 minute. Pen with. Here you can see class. So class is a keyword. Now today I would like to discuss about class. Okay. So I think most of the keywords we already completed. So anyway, today I would like to discuss about class keyword. Okay. So now it is only theory part, but guys, please don't worry. I will explain what, because you have to know what is a class and what is object now. So that's the reason I have to explain more clearly about what is an object and what is a class now. Okay. So first of all, in interviews, if you are getting any question like which are the object oriented programming languages? Option A C, option B CPP. Okay. Option C, for example, Java. Option D, okay, Python. Option E, A, B, C, D, E. So if I am giving that options, the option E is the last answer, because except C language, all are object-oriented programming languages. Okay, like C, P, P, Java, okay, Python. These all are object-oriented programming languages. Okay, so Python is object-oriented programming language. Okay, in Python, everything is an object, that is integers. So just now I explained what is a object and all. Okay, so it is everything is looking like an object, integers, strings, lists, functions, even classes. There is all the acts like a classes and objects only. Okay, so let me take an example like num equal to 42. Python actually creates a new object of type integer. That's the reason it is showing like class integer. Okay, anyway, you don't know about what is a class and what is an object. First of all, I would like to tell you what is a class. I don't want to reveal this expression now. So classes and objects are the two main aspects of object-oriented programming. According to our syllabus, these is the first two topics actually, but it is mentioned in here also. Objects and classes here also it is mentioned, and concept of class objects it is also mentioned here. So both are completed now itself. Okay. So classes and objects are the two main aspects of the object-oriented programming. A class. What is meant by class? I already told you in one of the class already. So if I would like to uh, build a new house, I would like to go for a plan first of all. The plan should be called as a blueprint. That means that is nothing but a class. So for example, in real world, for example, I'm there may be thousands of cars in existence. Okay, so many cars are there in our physical world. Okay, so all of the same make and model. For example, let me open this. Here I'm just trying it on example here. So this is actually, you can look into this, you can easily define what is a class, what is object. Here it is nothing but a blueprint. That means whenever I would like to build a house, I would like to open, that means I would like to create a building plan. The plan is nothing but a class. That's in the same way the plan should be like a, here the whatever the car you are designing. Okay, so this is an object because this is a physical entity. Whenever you are looking into this is like an object. Okay, object is the physical entity, class is the logical entity. It's a very important bit. Okay, dash is a logical entity in OOPS concepts. They will give like that. Class means a blueprint for an object. That means whenever you're, for example, if you're designing this for every car, your design should be same because four wheels are there. Okay, so lights are there, in the same way it will be there. Okay, same make and same model. Okay, so almost similar. Okay, so steering will be there, everything is in. Okay, that means here steering is object, wheels are object. Okay, so that means whatever the instruments you are using inside, that means accelerator, okay, clutch, gears, and whatever it may be. Okay, so here it should be called as a class. That means it is a logical entity. That means without objects it is showing like that, but with objects it is showing like this. That means class is a collection of objects. The definition is called as a class is a collection of objects. Okay, object means, what is meant by object? Object is an instance of a class. Okay, object is an instance of a class. Please increase your volume, professor, because my voice is clear, I think so, because no one is asking. Okay, I am teaching very slowly because this is a theory concept like that. That's the reason I'm telling. That's all. Is my voice is clear, guys? Yes. Thank you. Thanks for the response. I'm teaching very slowly because these are theory concepts. Because you have to know the differences. That means you have to know the basic difference between a definition. So that's the reason only I'm telling very slowly. Okay. Hope you understand, guys. Okay. So so object is a physical entity. For example, in my real world, for example, I'm taking another example like building plan. So what are the basic requirements for the building? For example, if I want to build a building, for example, what are the basic requirements? Cement, sand, workers, okay, water. So that means these are bits. These are all the objects. Objects means we can easily viewable. That means it is physical entity like that. Okay. So that means that's the reason class is called as a collection of objects. Object is nothing but an instance of a class. Instance of a class. Okay. So what is meant by instance? I will tell you. Instance. Okay. I'm writing here. So object means instance of a class. Instance of a class. So instance means without object we cannot create a class. That is the definition actually. Okay. Without object we cannot create a class means, for example, if it is a blueprint, can you drive it? No, it is in imagination. That's all. If you are having a building plan, so can you sit in your home? No, that is only building plan. That means whenever you have object only, then only the building. I mean, that means you will get a some requirement. That means whatever the physical element. For example, if you want to sit in your home, or if you want to drive a car, then only it will get in the correct form. That means the class is a logical entity and object is a physical entity. So object is nothing but an instance of class. Okay. So why we need objects? So once again I'm telling, without object we cannot create a class even. Okay. See, this is just like a general example I'm telling. In real words we are using so many. For example, you are entering into the ATM, and you are, for example, if you want to check the balance, that is one requirement. That is one method actually. Okay. For example, if you want to retrieve, that means you want to take money. Okay. So that is one method actually. Okay. And if the money, for example, I have in my ATM card, I'm having only 10,000 rupees. If I would like to draw 15,000 rupees, it will get like a printing message, like it will not get any money, but it will show like error code and insufficient balance it will show. That means these are the various conditions, sir. So here these are nothing but that is nothing but methods. Those are called as methods actually. Okay. So in that way, for example, if you design any real time class, that will be applicable for everyone. That is the way we have to think about object-oriented programming. That means so far we discussed about the programs. Those are very easy. That means like a file creation, or a, for example, you want to find out the reverse number and all like that. But now we are entering into the real world actually. That means if you want to create a real-time examples, you need to discuss about, you need to move about the object-oriented concept. That is the way you have to think. Okay, so anyway, I would like to move to the next concept. That means what, once again I'm telling, class is a collection of objects. Object is an instance of a class. Instance, the word itself is called as a, without object we cannot create a class. That's all. Okay. So each car was built from the same set of blueprints. That means, for example, if you want to prepare any car, so that requirement should be basically it's a blueprint only. Okay, it contains the same concepts, components even. Okay, in object-oriented terms, we say that your car is an instance of the class car. Okay, that means here the main thing is here we say that your car is an instance. That means your car is nothing but, so whatever the physical entity we have. That means uh, whenever you build the car with all the components, then it should be like a, so the class should be like a car. Okay, but what are the various, for example, I'm using wheel. Okay, I'm using wheels and the four wheels. Okay, so I'm using steering. These are nothing but objects. Okay, so in the real world there can be thousands of cars in use. All cars it have four wheels, you know already. Okay, I am telling this very clearly. An engine, a steering, etc. Since each car was built from same set of blueprints, they contain some same components. Okay, in object-oriented terms, we say that the car as an object and blueprint of the car as a class. That means you can definitely understand this concept, guys. What is the blueprint? That means the blueprint of the car is nothing but a class. And for example, if you're creating, that means we say that a car as an object. That means if you're developing a complete car, then it is like an object now. Okay, so in that way you have to think. Anyway, I will tell you the examples, don't worry. So I'm telling in this also. So this is nothing but a class, this is nothing but an object. Okay, so you can easily define like this. So that means even you know completely what is a class now, what is object now. Once again I'm telling, class is a blueprint for an object. Okay, that means this is a logical entity. Object is nothing but a physical entity. It is looking like a class, it is looking like a plan only. Okay, so it's just like a diagram, writing like a blueprint. Okay, this is like a plan, like plan. Okay, hope you everybody understand what is a class and object now. Because so for today onwards, if I am writing any program, I need to write a class. Okay, so far we did not involve any class keyword in our programs. Okay, but from today onwards, for everything is looking like a class only. So that's the reason I'm telling. Even when I am calling a method like add, I need to create an object, guys. Okay, so what is the object now? So I will tell you in detailed manner. Okay, objects are real world entities or physical entities. Let me write it here. Always real world entities, or entity is nothing but an object only. So or physical entities. Okay, this is very important bit in interview point of view. Each and every object will have certain attributes. That means every object should have some two important functionalities like attributes and behavior. According to our syllabus, he mentioned attributes also here. What is meant by attribute? I will tell you. Attributes are nothing but properties. For example, color, length, width of a car are attributes. That means the properties. That means like for example, specification you are thinking like, okay, the color, that means a white color car and red color car. So that is nothing but a property. The property is nothing but an attribute. What is meant by class attribute is nothing but a class attribute is nothing but a property of the particular class. That's all. It's a simple definition, guys. Okay, you don't need to worry, but you should remember which one it belongs to which one. That's all. You should remember that one. and width of a car are attributes. And what is the actions? What are the actions like driving, applying brakes? That means these are nothing but a behaviors or actions. Okay, so that means it should be like a action. Okay, so it's not like a property. So can be referred as a behaviors. In order to define attributes, we use variables. That means whatever the variables so far we discussed, like a equal to 10, b equal to 20, in class that variable is called as a attribute now. That's all. It's very easy definitions. Okay, that means if I'm giving a equal to 20 in a class, that a is called as a attribute now. That's all. Okay, so that can be used to define. We can define the methods also as well. Anyway, I will discuss. Don't worry. But in object-oriented terms, methods are similar to functions. Here, so don't confuse, because so far we discussed about, I told you one difference between a method and a function in Python. So function may not be started with a dot, and that means whenever you are using like any method, for example, if I am using input, if I am using input function, okay, so input is a function, not a method, because whenever you are giving a input of enter any number, you no need to give a dot operator before the input. That is a function. Okay, so for example, if you are giving, for example, if I would like to perform any method, like for example, I would like to convert my string into uppercase, I would like to give name dot upper. That means upper is a method. So that is the basic difference. But in object-oriented languages, methods and functions are called as same. That's all. Okay, you should understand the difference, because methods and functions are have the same meaning in object-oriented concepts. Because here every method or every function should be called by using object only. That's the reason here it is called as a object oriented. Methods and functions are similar. Okay, so because without object we cannot call a method here. Okay, that's the reason we simply written like that line. That's the reason I have given a note statement here. So now I would like to move for class. A class is a design or a blueprint for which objects are created. That means objects can be grouped together for creation of a class. For example, I will tell you one more example, guys. If you're not understanding this example, I will tell you one thing. Okay. For example, uh, think about your classroom. Think about your classroom, guys. Okay. So, for example, if all the benches are there, okay, and students are there, that is nothing but a class. Okay. So, what are the objects now? Objects are nothing but our students, our bags, for example, whatever it may be. Okay. So, class contains students, their bags, and benches also. Those are nothing but objects, guys. Okay. So class is nothing but if I'm without objects, for example, if you're not in the room, classroom, okay, that means it is like an empty room. For example, in your home, you just build a one empty room. That cannot be called as a class. You know already, guys. Okay, because here that means whenever the objects are there in that is nothing but a class. That is the way you have to think. That's all. Okay, this is a very easy definition. You can easily understand now. Okay, so now how a single blueprint is used to design different brands of cars. That means a single class is used to create more than one object. Okay, that means, for example, if you design one blueprint, you can create n number of objects. For example, you can create n number of classes even. Okay, since a class acts as a blueprint to create an object, we need to create a class before creating an object. That it is very important, guys. That means here class acts as a blueprint for an object. That's the reason we need to create a class before creating an object. This is very important. Okay. So for example, if you get any question, so is the class is first or object is first, that means you have to think like that means we need to create a class before creating an object. That means class is the first priority. Okay. So let us see how to create a class now. So how to create a class, that is nothing but creating a class now. So now I will discuss about the programming concept now. So to create your own class, own custom objects or own class, okay. So you need to define a class using the keyword called class. Just now I told you I have opened 35 keywords images also. So if you want to create a class, you need to use a keyword called class. That's all. It's very easy, guys. Okay. So you don't need to worry, because Python is very flexible. Okay. The word itself, it is saying the answer. For example, if anyone asking the question how to create a class in Python, you just give class space class name. That's all. That's very easy, guys. Okay. But basically in Java, so a lot of rules are there. I think many of the students don't know about Java. I know about Java. That's what I'm telling. If any predefined classes are there, for example, exception is one of the class in Java. For every class, for example, if you're declaring like class in even whatever the class you are using here, even Python, even Java also same syntax. So you have to give class and space class name, but here column will be there, here column will be there. Instead of that, in Java we have to use curly braces. In Java, I am telling. Okay, here after giving the class name, you are giving the class name. The class name should be in capital letters. Okay, it is very important, guys, because this is not mandatory actually, but whatever the predefined classes are there in our programs, for example in Python, in Java, we have a lot of predefined classes even. Okay, for example, if I am asking predefined methods, you can easily define like dot sorted. The sorted is the one of the method. Okay, you can define like that. So if you want to know about what are the predefined classes, even every predefined classes should be, the first name should be capital letter. So that's the reason, if you want to create a own class also, you just create a first name as a capital letter. That is not compulsory, but according to programming rules we have to follow. Okay, that means if you are declaring the small letters also, that's not a problem at all. But even in Java also, it is not a problem at all. Okay, but you have to give a capital letter only for the particular first character, because all the predefined classes have the follow the first letter should be a capital letter. So that's the reason I'm telling. Okay, so after that you need to give colon. Colon is nothing but a block here. You know already Python, about you know about Python. Okay, so for example, suppose you want to create objects to represent information about cars. Each object will represent a single car. You will first need to define a class called car. For example, I would like to define a class called car. Then I have to write an example called class space car in capital letter. C should be capital letter. Okay, so class car, and after that you need to give colon. So class name should be follow the uppercase convention. Just now I told you, uppercase in the sense only the first letter only. Okay, so now you think, for example, if I want to write a program, so if I want to write a program, then you need to give class like that. Class car, you want to write like that. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay, you want to write like that. Okay, so anyway, but it is not completed. Okay, 1 minute, I will give colon. Okay, so now it is the correct syntax now. Okay, I hope you understand now. Next, creating objects. Now, so just now I told you an example how to create a class. This very easy: class space class name and colon. That's all. Now how to create objects in Python. So here actually, we are thinking like, whenever we are having a main method, for example, 1 minute, let me give an example, guys. For your understanding purpose, I am using one term here. If I'm using this function here, 1 minute, if I'm using this function here, so the program will not be executed from this line onwards. You already know it is started from this line onward. That means it should be like a, here it is like a main method. Okay, you just think it is like a main method. Even class also cannot be started here. Okay, it should have a method. Like, for example, if you want to enter into the class, you need to create an object first of all. Okay, so that's the reason I'm telling. So you have to create the main method like that. You need to create a object class. 1 minute, let me open this now. Okay, an object created for a class inside the main method. Why I am giving main method? That's the reason. That's the reason only I'm telling. Here there is no main method, but you should think like that is a main method now, because whenever you are defining a method, you first call that method in the main method. So that is the way I'm telling. Okay, you use it to access variables and methods inside the class. Below is the syntax for creating the object. So what is the syntax? Object name equal to class name. That's all. This is the syntax, guys. Okay. For example, if you want to create an object, you just give object name equal to class name, and after that you need to give a empty parenthesis. This empty parenthesis in our language is called as a constructor actually, but you should just know, you understand what is the object now. Then I will tell the constructor what is meant by constructor and all. So I think hope you understand now. For example, if I'm giving Maruti equal to car, here Maruti is an object and car is a, here whatever the class name you are giving, the class name should be called with brackets. Okay, with brackets. That means whenever you are giving a parenthesis here, it will be called automatically. It will be called automatically. Okay, I will give you the example. Don't worry. But first of all, you have to understand the theory concept. Okay, here. So whenever we are discussing about packages concept, I use it to create one init method, you know already. That is underscore underscore init underscore underscore. So actually this function is plays a major role, guys. Whenever you're discussing about a packages concept, so for example, if I would like to discuss, like for example, if I would like to give import math dot, okay, if I'm creating like that, it is showing all the functions in this program. It is showing all the functions, so all the methods in this program, you know already. Okay, So according to that, here all the functions are there like tan and like that. But what are the last lines like underscore doc underscore file underscore name underscore package? What are these actually? These are nothing but references. Okay, what is those references? For example, we are also created our own packages. You know already. Let me give you own packages names here. Import my package. Okay, I think my package KR, my package B. Okay, anyway, I will check. I think my package B. One minute, let me check. Okay, spelling wrong. Okay, PACKG. Okay, so now it is showing that you can see, guys. So here we have my package. 1 minute. PACKG. Okay. So you can see, guys, actually at that time, you know already, when I told you about the packages concept, I have created a average functions greet mul. So these are the functions already existed in our greet function actually. That means in functions method, in functions file, it is having the file names like mul, def mul, def power, def sub, like that. But who created like underscore doc underscore file underscore name underscore package? That means the program itself it is creating. That means the package itself it is creating. I am not created this, you know already, because so I have explained the live example even on that day. Okay, but how it will be showing like that? Because of at the time of creating a package, you are using a underscore init underscore init. That is that is having very good functionality, guys. Okay, now I will tell you. So in this case also you have to declare a underscore init underscore again. Okay, this is the syntax. Syntactically we have to give like that, because Python is giving that name, that function name. So you have to give the same name like that. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Usha. Next. And to understand the meaning of the class, we have to understand the built-in function. First of all, you have to understand about what is underscore init underscore. So you know already at that time you have created a package with the dot underscore init underscore with the empty file. First of all, after that you have added the function names also. I think if you forget that, I will show the function name. That's all. That's not a problem actually. I think you know already this. You are giving like underscore init dot py, that like that. Okay, I think you know already, so I don't want to waste your time. Next, all classes have a function called all classes. You should understand, guys. All classes have a function called underscore int underscore function, which is always executed when the class is being initiated. That means you no need to call the method; it will be initiated. It will be initiated automatically. Okay. So here the underscore init method is similar to constructors in C++ and Java. That means it is acts like a constructor in C++ and Java actually. Okay, so it is having some properties. You can call the you can call the any variables and methods by using this function actually. That is nothing but a underscore init underscore function. Okay, so you know what is in the constructor. Constructors are used to initialize the object state. For example, if you want to know about object state, that should be possible by using constructor only. Anyway, don't know about all these things. I will tell you the when I am telling the example program. Don't worry. So here the init function is called automatically every time the class is being used to create a new object. This is very important, guys. Once again, I am telling the note like this. Okay, you no need to call this function. It will be called automatically whenever you create a new object, and it takes a first parameter should be self. SELF. It is nothing but a self parameter. Okay. It is nothing but a parameter name only. It first parameter should be self. SELF. Okay. So that means you have to mention the brackets that SELF like that. Okay. What is self parameter? Now I will tell you what is a self parameter now. Okay. Because it is like a very lengthy concept. Don't worry, guys. It is almost having 11 pages. Don't worry. I will tell you. So self parameter. What is meant by self parameter refers to the individual object itself. That means you no need to create any parameter like that. You can just give a self name, that's all. It is automatically checks the particular attributes. Okay, so for example, if you want to create an extra parameter, you can also define. That's not a problem at all. I will tell you with example, don't worry. So okay, I will tell you with example, don't worry. Okay. So when we call a method of this object as my object dot method arg1 arg2, this is automatically converted to Python like my class dot method. So this is the way you have to understand. That's the reason the self is nothing but many of the students know about what is my class method, what is my object method. Let me open the example, don't worry. So self should be the always the first parameter of any method in the class. Even in the class does not use it. Even if you are not using it, but we have to declare it self. Okay. So here some rules are there in object-oriented programming concept. We have to understand. That's all. So now I will skip into the attributes. I already told you attributes are nothing but a variable names. That's all. Okay. So basically, when you are writing a Python program, you have attributes and methods actually. So attributes are nothing but individual things. For example, if you want to differentiate between one object from another, you have to discuss about the attributes. For example, car class having the following attributes. For example, you earlier also I discussed about color, wheels, like that. Okay, these are nothing but attributes. Attributes are nothing but variables only. Okay. So here style, what is style? That means it is a sedan style car, it is a SUV style. SUV means, for example, Mahindra brand always used to prefer SUV cars. Okay, so that means scope. These are the various styles we have in car models. I think many of the students don't know. If you know, don't then it's fine. Very next. Attributes are defined in classes by variables. You have to understand this line. That's all. Okay. So here the two types of attributes are there. One is instance attributes, one is class attributes. What is the difference between a class attributes and instance attribute? Even in our syllabus also, one of the topic is there with instances. You have to understand the differences now. This is called instances. What is meant by instances? I will tell you now. Okay. So here, so I will tell you the example. Don't worry, guys. Instance attribute, class attribute. There are two types of attributes we have. Instance attribute. What is meant by instance attribute? Okay. The instance attribute is a variable that is unique to each object. Okay. So for example, I am creating a single example program now. So here, this is an example program, guys. Now I'm defining like that. Class car, that is colon. After that, I am creating a method called def underscore underscore init underscore self. Okay, self, comma, self is a parameter. You have to declare the first parameter in the init method. That is very basic rule here. Now I am defining a new parameters called color style. Color style. Now I am giving like self dot color. What is self dot color? First of all, you should understand. I think many of the students know about this keyword in Java. Even in C++ also, you know. That means this is used to refer to the current class object. In the same way, self can be used here. Okay. So self dot color equal to color is nothing but that color will be applied to the color variable. Self dot style equal to style is nothing but whatever the style you are giving, that style will be uh, given in the self dot style variable. But here, where you are creating these attributes like color and style, you are defining these two attributes inside the init function. This is called as instance attributes. This is called as instance attribute. For example, if you are declaring a color or anything or like wheels or anything, whatever it may be, inside the class. For example, if you are defining in this area, if I am telling, okay, so that is nothing but a class attribute. That's all. That's all. That is the basic difference. So class attributes is nothing but class attribute is nothing class car wheels equal to 4. The class attribute is a variable that is same for all objects actually. Okay, that can be accessible for every object, no problem at all. And there is only one copy of that variable that is shared with all the objects. For example, if I will give you one example, I think you definitely understand now. Don't worry. First of all, let me introduce what is the theory concepts. Okay, so class car, class attribute wheels equal to 4. Def here it is an instance attribute, here a class attribute. Now you understand the definition of a attribute now. Attribute is nothing but a particular specifications. Okay, so those are nothing but attributes. Now, so while each car has a unique style and car, but every car will have four wheels. So that's the reason I have given like so you know already every car has four wheels. That is nothing but a class attribute. Why I am giving color style in instance attribute? That means it is always changing because colors will be different. Okay, so style will be different because so if you're thinking a Hyundai cars, it will be different. If you're thinking about Chevrolet cars, it will be different. So based on the style, that means but all cars should be four colors, four wheels only. So that's the reason we have to define the wheels attribute in class attribute. That's the way you have to understand, guys. Now create an object. So you already see the example of how to create a class attribute, how to create a method and all. Now I would like to create an example with the method. So for example, if I am giving c equal to car sedan clock, here you can see, guys, here C is an object. C is an object. Just now I told you object equal to class name with brackets. So that is the syntax actually. But here I am passing the arguments sedan and black. So here, so car is the class. So these sedan and black attributes will be called, that means this sedan black, these will be copied to black, will be copied to color. Even though it is not in a proper order, it will copy it automatically. Sedan is a style. That means self dot color equal to now black, self dot style equal to sedan. Okay, that is the sedan. That means the car models style is called as sedan style. I think many of the students know about sedan style. You just go through the websites. Okay, Hyundai Verna car is a sedan model, so it is nothing but a sedan models. Okay, so that means here you are passing the values to the class, but you are not giving any method like that, but it will call init method automatically. That is the purpose of init method here. Okay, so now let me open. But we did not pass in the self argument. I don't need to pass anything. Self is just like a variable. It is already there in init function. That's the reason I'm telling. So access and modify attributes. For example, if you want to modify already assigned values also, you can also modify. That's not a problem at all. For example, if you're declaring like self dot color equal to color, self dot style equal to style. Okay, so if you want to print like print c dot color, c dot style, it will print it automatically. If you want to modify, then you have to write a logic. Now I will tell you the complete program with execution. So this syntax completely different, guys. Don't worry, because it is advanced Python, so you have to understand clearly. For your understanding purpose, I am giving comment lines as well. You can just go through it. First of all, I will tell. Okay. First of all, I will tell how we are getting the values. Okay. First of all, I will tell like that, and then I will modify the attributes. Okay. So here once again I am telling, guys. So print c dot color. So I am giving black color car sedan style. Okay. So let me run this now. So it is getting black sedan. Okay. So here you just see. I will explain the program. First of all, the program execution starts from not this line. It will start from this line. So this is C is an object. C object should be small letter. You should understand, guys. Object should be in small letters. Okay, that means lowercase letters only. Object name should be there. You can give any name, not only like C. You can give like COBJ, that is C object, like that. If you want to understand like that, you can give like that. So C equal to car. So what is this syntax? Car is a class name. According to whenever you want to create a new object, you have to give a car like that. But here I am passing two arguments because of for execution of the program. Here I am passing the two arguments. This will be copied to the color. For example, whatever the black here I am giving, this will be copied to the color, and this sedan style will be copied to this line. Okay. Now it will, I am calling print of c dot color. What is c dot color? That means, for example, here whenever it is assigned to particular color, self dot color, this is self is a parameter which will be there in init method. Okay, this is always the first parameter here. Okay, so here even though you are calling only two arguments, but it will call automatically because self is a predefined attribute like that. Okay, but you can name, you can rename the self attribute also. That means, for example, if you want to change the self parameter name, that is also there. I will tell you, don't worry. Okay, I will tell you that example when I am coming to that example. So now color will be black, sedan will be style. Self dot color. Why I am giving dot here? So I already told you, for this object oriented programming concepts, if you want to call any variable, if you want to call any method, you need to create a object with a dot. That means here self dot color equal to color, like that you have to give, because here that color will be applied to the particular sedan style. That means it is a black color now. Self dot style equal to style. That means what is a style now? I am giving sedan style. So That means self dot style equal to sedan. Then again it will going back. Again it will going back. I am giving print of c dot color. So c dot color means it will check. C dot color means c is an object. So here color is a attribute. Okay, color is a attribute. So if I am giving c dot color, it will print the whatever the color you are assigned, that is black color. It will be printed here. Okay, and print of c dot style. So why I am giving c dot here? If I am not giving c dot, it will get error, because so whenever you are calling any variable like attribute, you want to give a complete object dot like syntax, because the attribute should be accessed by using object name dot. That is the syntax we have in object oriented programming concepts. Okay, even if you want to call add method also, you need to give dot. Okay, from this line onwards, because whenever you're declaring a class keyword in our program, you can understand in this way. Okay, print of c dot style. This is very basic program. We can also remove in it like that, but I will tell you, don't worry. But this is the basic first syntax I am telling. So print c dot style, it will print the sedan. If you want to modify, for example, I want to modify the style as SUV, I will give c dot style equal to SUV. If I am giving c dot style equal to SUV, the style will be different now, and print c dot style means that will be printed. That means instead of sedan, it will print SUV style. That means Mahindra SUV like that. Okay. So let me move this, and so now I am giving, now I am executing that line also. It will print all the three, like black, sedan, SUV. It will print like that. You can also modify. That is your choice entirely. Okay. So now you understand about what is the attribute, how to modify attribute, how to access attribute. Okay. For example, let me open here. I forgot to give a c dot. If I forget to give c dot, it is getting error. Undefined name color, because here it can be accessible by using object only. Okay, that means if you want to give c dot only, because here it is a object that could be called. That means whenever you are giving a c dot color, so whenever you are giving a c dot color, that c should be called the class, and that color will be applicable to the particular variable. So you in this way you have to understand. Okay, so of course it is somewhat typical in the starting point, don't worry guys. Okay, because whenever I am entering into the, because I will tell another example also, don't worry, I will tell another example also. Now I will move to the methods, how to define a method. Here it is a predefined method, init is a predefined method. If you want to create your own method, you can also create, that's not a problem at all. According to Python, you know already how to create a method, you can define like that by using def and all. Okay, so I will tell you, don't worry. So what is a method now? So method nothing but, for example, if you want to change color, if you want to start engine, stop engine, change gear. So if you want to call this color like method, for example, if you want to give a bracket, okay, that means that is nothing but a method. So those are also can be possible here. Okay, let me open this. For example, instance methods here. Okay, so instance methods in the nothing but, for example, here I am giving show description, change color. I am using two attributes now, two methods now. So one is the change color. So this method used to change the color attribute. So and one more thing, I am one minute. So it is actually the part of the code. Okay, show description method to print the values of the all the instance attributes. Now let me open this, how to define the show description method and all. Okay, these are completely like a our program. That means it is like real entities actually. So that's the reason programs will be like this. So now I'm commenting this. Okay, so here I'm using methods also. You can see guys now. So this is the complete program now. You can see. So here I am using. So 1 minute. Let me open this. C equal to car of black comma sedan. That means whatever the values we are taking, color black and style will be sedan. It will be copied like that. Now I am using the method like c dot show description. This is the user defined method. So like it is init actually, whatever the init you are giving till now. So this is like a mandatory statement. If you want to add more functionality to your program, I'm adding show description like that. Okay. So what is the show description method we have? So this car is a, for example, what is a color we have? For example, black color. So this car is a black color sedan style. It will be displayed like that. Okay. So it is printing like sedan style, self dot style like that. Okay. Even though, so that color and self is not part, the color and style is not part of this function parameters. For example, here I am giving only self parameter here, but you can access the color style attributes in this functionality. That is the purpose of a self. I think you know now what is a self now. Okay, you no need to give again like color comma style like that in show description method. Okay, even when you are calling a show description method, you no need to declare a self like one parameter here. You just give only single like space and it will be called automatically. So here whenever I am giving show description d like a capital letter, it's not a mandatory. It is a user defined function. You can define anything. But whenever in object oriented programming languages, if you would like to change color like that, if you want to name it, if you want to write a function like user defined function like change color, usually whenever you are having a two words, okay, the second word should be in a capital letters. Okay, if you are combining the two words, that's the reason I have given a show description in d as a capital letter. You can also declare a small letter, that's not a problem. But according to Java and object-oriented programming concepts, the function names, if you're having like a two words, so it should be like a capital letter in the middle. Okay. So now show description method is called. It is a extra function I am calling here. That is the extra method I am calling here. Now I am giving change color of white. So now I am calling the again one more function, one more method. Here it is calling this now. Here again I am giving self comma color. Here I am giving self comma color now. You can see guys, because here I am passing one attribute now. Okay. That's why I am declaring color now. In earlier it is not there because I am not passing any argument here. You can understand in this way. If I am giving white color, okay, so now again I am printing the show description. So again it will call that method. That means again it will call that method. Now it will print this car is a white color sedan style. So it will be printed like that because I am not changing the style now. Okay. So let me run this program now. So this car is a black sedan. This car is a white sedan. So it will be displayed like that. So that means you can also manually write a function now. Sir, what is this, sir? What is change color? What is show description? What is the using? Just now I already told you guys. If you want to draw money from your ATM, the functionality should be same. That means you have to write a one command like def. Okay, draw money function. Okay, if you want to, for example, in some ATMs you can also give you can also credit your money from your side. You know already some ATMs are there. Okay, so earlier ATMs only useful for our taking money only, but now you can also deposit money by using ATMs. Okay, that means deposit money is one functionality. Whenever you are writing the particular function, that function that can be applicable to all banks. For example, so every bank is using ATM. The functionality should be same. Okay, the functionality should be same. This is the way you have to think like that. Okay, why I am giving car description, what is the use of this? So if I am giving print, this is a car is a black sedan, this car is a white sedan, it will print, but that is not part of the program. Okay, I am telling how to create a real-time objects, how to create a real-time methods. I am telling in that way. You have to understand in that way because sometimes it must be like a tough, but don't think like that. Okay, now I am discussing about self parameter. The self parameter is a reference to the current instance of a class and used to access variable to that belongs to the class. But it does not have to be named self. Okay, that means it is not mandatory. You can give any name. You can call it whatever you like, but it has to be the first parameter of any function in the class. Okay, for example, whatever the function you are giving in it, okay, so that means for example in this program you can give self like that. That means if you are giving ABC here, you need to give ABC here. That's all. That not self is not a mandatory actually. It is taking one parameter. Init parameter allows that function actually, that parameter actually. So why do we need that parameter? Because we need to access the particular values by using that parameters. Okay, so let me use the word instead ABC instead of self. Okay, so this is the concept I would like to tell you now. So that means same program, if I am giving so ABC instead of self, what will happen? Okay, nothing will be different, guys. Okay, but it is a different example, not that example. I am telling with different example. You can also run this program. That's not a problem. 1 minute. Let me give ABC here, because whenever I am telling about all the cars like that. Okay, so you may confuse. Okay, so you may confuse. 1 minute, guys. It is what it is getting undefined name self. Okay, okay. I will modify. Don't worry. ABC. ABC. Not only ABC, you can give your name also. Not a problem, guys. Okay. I'm telling self is not a predefined like that. Okay. You can give your name. That's not a problem at all. Now errors completed. Okay. I'm saving the program. I'm running that program again. I'm getting the same output. So self is not a predefined parameter, guys. Okay. It is just like a one parameter must be there with init function. That's all. You have to understand in that way. Now let me comment this code. Now I will. So far I discussed about only car. So many of the students are thinking what is car, like that. I will tell different example now. Okay. So definitely we'll get a clarity now. I am creating a person. Person name. Person is a class name. Okay. Person is a class name. Okay. So here I will tell you some questions. You have to answer in the chat box. What is P1? What is P1? Very good, Dilip. Super. Very good. Very good. Okay, Amaya. Thank you very much, guys. Now, so far, I really confused a lot because you are understanding the concept. I don't know, because object or oriented programming is nothing but it's like a real world actually. So some students are thinking like, because many students are thinking that C is very easy compared to Java. Actually, many of the students thinking like that. Okay, but I'm telling guys. So actually, in our academics, only core Java is there. So whatever you know in your BTech, only core Java is there. But I learned by using websites only. I learned advanced Java as well. Really, advanced Java is excellent, guys. Okay, so advanced Java means whenever you want to, if I would like to create a new website, it is very easy by using advanced Java. But compared to Python, we have to write a lot of code in advanced Python. Okay, advanced Java in advanced Java. Okay, that means, for example, if you want to create a simple example program, we need to create a lot of servlets, JSPs, and all. We need to create all the functionalities. Okay, we need to run the program by using Tomcat web server like that. That means there is a lot of functions we have actually. Okay, so even that I learned that also actually. So that is very tough actually. Okay, that's the reason even. JNTU syllabus also advanced Java is not mentioned actually. Okay, but I learned that also. Okay, for that reason I know what is the functionality of object oriented concepts. Okay, the object oriented functionalities are very excellent concepts, because even by you can use you can, for example, many of the games, whatever the games you are playing in your Play Store, that all can be done by using object oriented programming concepts only. Okay, so far they are following that only, so you should think in that way. Okay, why it is important. So now everybody is saying that P1 is an object. Thank you, guys. So P1 is an object. Person John 26. Okay, here I am defining init function. Okay, so ABC comma name comma age, name comma age. For example, so if I am giving ABC dot name equal to name, ABC dot age equal to nothing but it will take John parameter of like name, 26 age 26. It will be copied like that. Now ABC dot name equal, that means even instead of self I am giving ABC. Okay, now I am giving like ABC dot name equal to name. That means it will store name only. It will not print anything. Okay, so it will store the age also. Okay, why I am giving this actually, because these values will be copied to the particular person, so it should be initialized in their functionality. Okay, so now if you want to add any other name, for example, if you want to add another person. Okay, so you no need to write all the code. You just add. First let me run this. Hello, my name is John, my age is 26. It is getting like that. That means my function, that if you want to add any, for example, if you want to add any other person. For example, let me add one more person. So I will just copy this code. Okay, I will just copy this code, and I'm just I'm doing like this. Here you have to write p2. P2 is the another object. Okay, the syntax will be same. Person, for example, I am writing Satish. I am writing like Satish. Okay, so I'm writing like 20 A's. Okay, so now I'm calling the function again. Okay, now I'm running the program. Now my age is 26. Hello, my name is Satish. My age is 20. That means I'm adding only 2 lines, but that functionality is same. That means whenever you are adding any object, the functionality should be same for all the objects. That is the way you have to think. Okay, so please guys, okay, because somewhat some students may think that object oriented Python is very tough, sir. Core Python is very easy. No guys, no, everything is easy. The programming is easy guys, something. Okay, so hello, my name is, that means how it is displaying here. I'm using comma, here I'm using plus. What is the difference between plus and comma? Once again I'm telling, if I'm giving plus, so that will be concatenated. That means John name will be concatenated of hello, my name is like that. If I'm removing plus, you need to give comma. So this is the basic difference. That's the reason only I have given both the lines for your understanding purpose. Okay, so this is the my function. That means I am creating a own function. Okay, so that can be called easily like this. Okay, so this is the one of the easy examples, guys. And you can also modify object properties. For example, if you want to modify the age, you can easily give like that. For example, I am giving p1 equal to person John 26 like that. If I would like to give p1 dot age equal to 20, the age will be automatically changed. For example, I am giving p1 dot age equal to 20. I am removing the second person. Okay, I am running the program. So my age is 20. It is getting like that. That means even though you are passing 26, you can have the chance to modify the particular attribute. Okay, so that is nothing but here you can modify the age. Okay, so here once again I'm telling these are the methods. Okay, so this is the predefined method we have. So but that should be called by using def only according to the syntax. And this is a class keyword. The class keyword is used to create a class, and this should be open curly brace, closing curly brace like that. This is the function, this is the class name, and you need to call this class name to create the object. So p1 equal to person like that. Okay, so this is the way you have to understand, guys. For example, let me give person p like that. Okay, if I'm giving p equal to small letter, it is getting error, undefined name person. That means you have to give a capital P only. Okay, you should understand in this way, because class name is capital letter you are declaring. So that can be accessible by using this. Okay, you can also modify the particular attributes object properties also by using p1.age like that. Okay, and you can also delete the particular object. For example, if you are giving delete del keyword, you know already. So del space p1.age. So if I'm adding one line to the particular program. Okay, so now 1 minute. So I'm adding these 3 lines. 1 minute. Okay, I can remove the functionality. Okay, this is completely different program. Okay, anyway, I will change this. Okay, so if I'm giving like John age is 36, if I am adding p1.age equal to, that age will be changed automatically. Now I'm not calling any function here. Del p1.age is okay. I'm deleting the p1.age. That means here age is 20, but whenever I'm using delete, so it is showing the error like person object has no attribute age. Here you can see, guys, so far we did not discuss about errors names. So you can just name the, you just read the name. What is the error here? Attribute error. Here this is called as attribute. That's why because here I already told you is whatever the values you are taking here, the variable are nothing but acts like a attributes only. That's the reason it is getting like person object. Okay, that means here person object has no attribute is. Okay, because you are deleted just now. That's the reason it is getting error. Okay, if you're removing this line, it's not a problem at all. It's not a problem at all. Okay, now let me run this code. It is getting 20. Okay, even though I'm not using any extra function, my function like that, but this functionality is common. Okay, but you can also delete entire object also by using del space. For example, p1. For example, if you're giving like del space p1, that means entire object will be deleted. Even though if you're creating that p1 object, the entire for example, if I'm giving del instead of p1.age, I am giving p1 directly. I'm giving p1. Okay, now if I am giving p1 dot age, it will get the error because undefined name p1, because I am creating entire object. Okay, just now I discussed about how to delete a attribute. Now I am discussing about how to delete a particular object. Okay, now let me run this. Now name error, p1 is not defined because p1 is deleted just now here. Okay, so this is the name p1 is not defined. Okay, so almost 11 pages completed. Thank you very much, guys. So if you have any doubts, I will be stay here sometime. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, otherwise you can leave the session. Okay, so anyway, I will tell you the different examples tomorrow also, don't worry. So don't think these are very tough, because it's very easy, guys. Okay, so just practice whatever I'm saying. Okay, because you have to follow some commands, because class is a predefined keyword here. So you should think like that, guys. Okay, so thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will stay here. So you can see the material. We have covered a lot of topics today. Yeah, I forgot. So I forgot to fill the feedback form link. So let me open this. Thank you, Lasya. And thank you, Bhavani. So I forwarded the feedback link. You can just fill the form. Okay. I will tell you different examples. Don't worry, guys, because today is the first class in object-oriented programming concepts. Okay. So whenever you are entering a new concept, the syntax will be different in programming language. You know already. Okay. So definitely we will. You can easily write the program. Don't worry. And I will give the assignments only weekly 2 or 3. Don't worry. Okay. Because according to the topics we will discuss. Because according to the yesterday concept, those are very easy. If I am having any good functionality programs, definitely I will give the assignments. Okay. Meanwhile, you can also prepare for the examinations and make sure that everyone should complete the Code Tantra work assigned by you. Okay. Because many of the students are not doing. So only one student, I think, her name is Pravalika, I think. Okay. So she done almost 50% almost. Okay. So even though some students are not having laptops and systems at their home, so they are doing the programs, because Python programs are very easy compared to C language. Okay, you can easily type in your mobiles also. Please, guys, everyone should complete the Code Tantra work, whatever that work I have assigned to you, because we already completed 70% of the syllabus. Okay, you know already, because I am covering each and every topic in the syllabus according to the university pattern. Okay, I till now I did not left any one topic even. Okay, so I always used to prefer any subject I would like to teach in this way only. Okay, so that is my hard work, that's all. Okay, so anyway, guys, please follow the instructions what I told you just now. And yesterday your CR told me that only 3 subjects are required for explanation, that means revision. So no, all second is A section students are not responded, even only B section CR responded, even though I have given instructions. Okay, anyway, that's not a problem at all. Okay, so according to her instructions, M3 and physics and something more subject she's giving, I think. Ambika informed me, and no one informed me in the from A section. Anyway, so I already forwarded your instructions, your information to you, the higher authorities. They will follow up everything. Okay, so thank you. Bye bye. Take care, all of you. Stay home, stay safe.